So now we have our basic pipeline structure in place. Every time we commit the changes to the main branch, which you see right here, so these are the commits to the main branch, it automatically executes the pipeline. Now what happens when I create a feature branch and start working on it? Will the pipeline get triggered? Let's see that. So I'm going to create a new branch from the main branch, and let's call it feature test CI/CD pipeline. Let's create that branch and let's go to the pipelines section. And as you see, immediately when we create this feature, a pipeline will get triggered for that feature for the last commit. And this means that GitLab CI.yaml file that we edit to the repository actually applies to every branch and executes pipeline whenever code gets committed to any branch in the repository. Now, that's not entirely what we want, because when we are working in a feature branch, we don't want to build the Docker image and deploy that to a development environment. So basically, we don't want to release any changes directly from the feature branch. We only want to make deployments from the main branch. However, for feature branches, we do want to run the tests to see whether we broke something in the application with our changes, and basically validate our code using those tests before we merge that feature branch in the main branch. And we only want to build and deploy when we're done with the feature implementation and merge it back to main. So how can we do that? How can we tell GitLab that this configuration, this pipeline logic, should only run for a main, and for feature branch, only those two jobs from this pipeline should be executed? In other words, how can we differentiate logic of the pipeline execution for different branches? And that's also pretty easy to configure. So let's see how to do that. So now we are in repository files, so we can do edit. And it's a pretty simple configuration. So we said that build image, push image, and deploy image jobs should only be executed for the main branch. All the other branches should ignore these steps. So what we do is inside those jobs, we're gonna say only, and a list of branches that these jobs will be executed for. In our case, it's the main branch, so only execute build image for a main branch. And the same for push image, and same for deploy image. We're gonna leave the test jobs unchanged because they should run for all the branches. So now I'm gonna save this. So we made those changes in the main branch. Let's go to branches. Let's actually delete this one. Let's create a new branch, and let's call this feature CI/CD 2. Create branch. And if we go to the pipelines list, we should see the pipeline running for our feature branch. However, only one stage will be executed, which is the test. Let's actually see the visualization, and there you go. Only the test section was executed, everything else was ignored. We don't even see them here.